How to talk about today's weather in English, English conversation practice. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Jacob English Academy. I'm Jacob, and today we're going to talk about something we all experience and talk about every day, the weather. In this lesson, you'll learn useful English sentences and vocabulary for talking about today's weather, temperature, rain, wind, seasons, weather forecasts, and different types of weather. This is also a great lesson for English conversation practice because talking about the weather is one of the easiest ways to start a conversation with someone. So listen carefully, repeat the sentences, and try to speak along with me. Let's get started. Talking about today's weather. The first and most useful question is, what's the weather like today? You can also say, what's the weather like outside? How's the weather today? What's the weather like where you are? These are very common questions, and there are many ways to answer them. For example, it's sunny today, it's rainy today, it's cloudy today, it's windy today, it's snowy today, it's foggy today. You can also say it's a beautiful day, it's a warm day, it's a cold day, it's a cloudy morning, it's a rainy afternoon. Let's practice. What's the weather like today? Pause for a moment and answer the question out loud. Good. Now let's learn more weather vocabulary. Sunny weather. When the sun is shining and there aren't many clouds, we say, it's sunny. For example, it's sunny today. It's a beautiful sunny day. The sun is shining. The sky is blue. There are only a few clouds in the sky. You can also say, I love sunny weather. It's perfect weather for a walk. It's a great day to go outside. If someone asks, do you like sunny weather? You can answer, yes, I love sunny weather. Or, yes, I prefer sunny days. You can also say, I don't like very hot weather, but I love warm sunny days. That's a very natural sentence. Cloudy weather. Now, what happens when there are many clouds in the sky? We say, it's cloudy. For example, it's cloudy today. The sky is cloudy. There are a lot of clouds in the sky. Sometimes the sky is completely covered with clouds. In that situation, we can use the word overcast. An overcast sky is completely covered with clouds. For example, the sky is overcast today. It's an overcast day. You can also say, it's cloudy, but it isn't raining. That's a very useful sentence. Rainy weather. Now let's talk about rain. When rain is falling, we say, it's raining, or it's rainy. For example, it's raining today. It's raining outside. It's a rainy day. I think it's going to rain. Don't forget your umbrella. You can also ask, is it raining outside? The answer can be, yes, it is, or no, it isn't. You can also say, it's raining a little, it's raining heavily, it's raining hard. There are also two useful words for different types of rain. The first one is drizzle. Drizzle means very light rain. For example, it's just drizzling. It's not raining heavily. It's only drizzling. The second word is downpour. A downpour is very heavy rain. For example, we were walking in the park when there was a sudden downpour. The rain was coming down very heavily. So remember, drizzle equals very light rain. Downpour equals very heavy rain, windy weather. Now let's talk about wind. When there is a lot of wind, we say, it's windy. For example, it's very windy today. The wind is strong today. The trees are moving because of the wind. My hat almost blew away, but sometimes the wind is light and pleasant. In that situation, we can use breeze. A breeze is a gentle wind. For example, there's a nice breeze today. A cool breeze feels wonderful on a hot day. I love sitting outside when there's a gentle breeze. So, wind can be strong. A breeze is usually light and pleasant. Foggy weather. Another useful weather word is foggy. When there is a lot of fog in the air and it becomes difficult to see, we say, it's foggy. For example, it's very foggy this morning. I can't see very far because of the fog. The roads are difficult to see when it's foggy. If you're driving in foggy weather, you should be especially careful because visibility can be poor. You can say, I have to drive slowly because it's foggy. Very useful. Talking about temperature. Now let's talk about temperature. We often use four simple words, hot, warm, cool, cold. Let's look at each one. Hot. When the temperature is very high, we say, it's hot. For example, it's very hot today. It's extremely hot outside. I don't like very hot weather. I need some cold water. Warm. Warm means pleasantly hot, but not too hot. For example, it's warm today. The weather is warm and pleasant. It's a warm, sunny day. Cool. Cool means slightly cold. For example, it's cool this morning. The weather is cool and comfortable. I like cool weather. Cold. When the temperature is low, we say it's cold. For example, it's very cold today. It's cold outside. I need a warm coat. You can also say, it's freezing. This means it is extremely cold. For example, it's freezing outside. It's absolutely freezing this morning. Talking about temperature in degrees. We can also talk about temperature using degrees. For example, it's 22 degrees today. It's 30 degrees outside. The temperature is 10 degrees. You can ask, what's the temperature today? And answer, it's about 25 degrees. You may also hear people say, the temperature is rising. This means it is becoming warmer. Or, the temperature is falling. This means it is becoming colder. Talking about the weather forecast. Now let's talk about the future weather. A very useful word is forecast. A weather forecast is a prediction of what the weather will be like in the future. For example, I checked the weather forecast this morning. The weather forecast says it will rain tomorrow. The forecast says it will be sunny this weekend. You can ask, what's the weather forecast for tomorrow? Or, what will the weather be like tomorrow? You can also ask, is it going to rain tomorrow? And answer, I think it will rain, or I don't think it will rain. For example, I think tomorrow will be sunny. The forecast says it will be cloudy. It looks like it's going to rain. These sentences are very useful in everyday conversation. Talking about different seasons. Now let's talk about the 4 seasons. They are spring, summer, autumn, winter. Let's start with spring. Spring. Spring comes after winter. The weather usually becomes warmer. Flowers begin to grow and trees become green again. You can say, spring is my favorite season. The weather gets warmer in spring. Flowers start to grow in spring. I love the fresh air in spring. Spring often feels like a new beginning. Summer. Summer is usually the warmest season. You can say, summer is very hot here. I love summer because the days are long. I like going to the beach in summer. I enjoy swimming on hot summer days. You can also talk about activities. I go swimming when it's hot. I eat ice cream on hot days. I sit in the shade. I drink a lot of cold water. I use a fan or air conditioning. These are all useful sentences. Autumn. Autumn comes after summer. In some countries, people also call it fall. You can say, I love autumn. The weather is cool in autumn. The leaves change color. The leaves turn red, orange, and yellow. I like walking in the park in autumn. Autumn is often cool, comfortable, and beautiful. Winter. Winter is usually the coldest season. You can say, winter is very cold here. I don't like cold weather. I like drinking hot chocolate in winter. I wear a warm coat in winter. I wear a scarf and gloves. If snow falls, you can say, it's snowing. It's a snowy day. The ground is covered with snow. The children are playing in the snow. Talking about your favorite weather. Now let's practice talking about your favorite type of weather. You can say, my favorite weather is sunny and warm. I love cool weather. I prefer rainy days. I like cold and snowy weather. You can explain why. For example, my favorite weather is sunny and warm because I can go outside and enjoy the sunshine. Or, I like rainy weather because I enjoy staying at home and reading a book. Or, I love cold weather because I can wear warm clothes and drink hot chocolate. You can also say, I don't like very hot weather. I don't like rainy days. I don't like strong wind. I don't like very cold winters. These sentences are perfect for conversation practice. What do you do in different weather? Now let's talk about activities. What do you do when it's very hot? You can say, I go swimming. I drink cold water. I eat ice cream. I stay in the shade. I stay inside. I turn on the fan. I use air conditioning. What do you do when it's cold? You can say, I wear a warm coat. I drink hot tea. I drink hot chocolate. I sit near the heater. I watch TV at home. I stay under a warm blanket. What do you do when it's raining? You can say, I take an umbrella. I wear a raincoat. I stay inside. I read a book. I watch a movie. I listen to the rain. And what do you do when it's sunny? You can say, I go for a walk. I go to the park. I play football. I ride my bike. I have a picnic. I spend time outside. Talking about storms. Now let's talk about extreme weather. One common word is storm. A storm can have strong wind and heavy rain. You can say, there's a storm coming. There was a big storm last night. The storm was very strong. During a storm, you may hear thunder. Thunder is the loud sound you hear during a storm. And you may see lightning. Lightning is the bright flash of light in the sky. For example, I heard loud thunder last night. There was a lot of lightning during the storm. The thunder was very loud. During a strong storm, it's important to stay indoors and be careful. Talking about humidity. Another useful weather word is humid. Humid means there is a lot of moisture or water in the air. When the weather is hot and humid, the air can feel heavy and sticky. For example, it's very hot and humid today. The humidity is very high. I don't like humid weather. The air feels hot and sticky. You can also say, I prefer dry weather. Talking about chilly weather. Here's another useful word, chilly. Chilly means a little cold. It's not freezing, but you may want to wear a jacket. For example, it's a little chilly this morning. The evening is quite chilly. There's a chilly wind outside. I need a light jacket because it's chilly. So remember, cool means slightly cold and comfortable. Chilly means slightly cold, often enough to make you want a jacket. Talking about clear weather. Now let's learn clear. A clear sky has very few or no clouds. For example, the sky is clear today. It's a beautiful clear day. The sky was clear last night. A clear night is especially good for seeing the stars. You can say, the stars are beautiful tonight because the sky is clear. The opposite can be cloudy or overcast. A short weather conversation. Now let's practice a short conversation that you can use in real life. Imagine you meet your neighbor in the morning. You can say, good morning. Lovely day, isn't it? Your neighbor might answer, yes, it's beautiful today. It's sunny and warm. You can say, I hope the weather stays like this all weekend. Your neighbor might say, me too. I'd like to have a picnic. You can answer, that sounds great. The forecast looks good. This is a simple and natural conversation. Let's try another situation. Imagine it's a rainy Monday morning. You can say, ugh, what a rainy day. Someone might answer, I know. I don't like rainy Mondays. You can ask, did you bring your umbrella? They might say, yes, I did. I checked the weather forecast this morning. That's another natural conversation. Weather and small talk. Talking about the weather is one of the easiest ways to start a conversation. You can talk about the weather with your neighbor, your colleague, your friend, someone you meet for the first time. For example, if you arrive at work and it's raining, you can say, it's raining so much today. Your colleague might answer, I know, I almost got completely wet on my way here. Then you can continue the conversation. You can say, did you bring an umbrella? Yes, I did. Or no, I forgot it at home. That's how a simple conversation can begin. Quick vocabulary review. Now let's review some of the most important weather words from today's lesson. Sunny, when the sun is shining. Rainy, when there is rain. Cloudy, when there are many clouds. Windy, when there is a lot of wind. Snowy, when there is snow. Foggy, when there is fog and it is difficult to see. Hot, very high temperature. Warm, comfortably hot. Cool, slightly cold. Cold, low temperature. Chilly, slightly cold. Humid, when there is a lot of moisture in the air. Breeze, a light, gentle wind. Drizzle, very light rain. Downpour, very heavy rain. Forecast, a prediction about future weather. Temperature, a measurement of how hot or cold something is. Thunder, the loud sound during a storm. Lightning, the bright flash of light during a storm. Clear, a sky with few or no clouds. Overcast, a sky completely covered with clouds. These words are extremely useful when talking about the weather in English. Speaking practice. Now it's your turn. I'm going to ask you some questions. Listen to each question and answer out loud. Question 1. What's the weather like today? Pause and answer. Good. Question 2. Is it hot or cold today? Pause and answer. Excellent. Question 3. Is it sunny, cloudy, or rainy? Pause and answer. Good. Question 4. What's your favorite type of weather? Pause and answer. Question 5. What's your favorite season? Pause and answer. Question 6. What do you usually do when it rains? Pause and answer. Question 7. What do you do when it's very hot? Pause and answer. Question 8. Do you check the weather forecast? Pause and answer. Excellent. Final practice. Now I want you to describe today's weather in 3 or 4 sentences. You can use this example. Today is sunny and warm. The sky is clear and there are only a few clouds. It's a beautiful day, so I want to go outside and take a walk. Or maybe today's weather is rainy. You could say, today is rainy and cloudy. It's a little chilly outside. I'm going to stay home and drink some hot tea. Or maybe it's very hot. You could say, today is very hot and sunny. The temperature is high and there isn't much wind. I'm going to stay in the shade and drink plenty of water. Now it's your turn. Describe the weather where you are today. Don't worry about making mistakes. The goal is to practice speaking. Question of the day. And now it's time for today's question. What is your favorite type of weather and why? For example, My favorite weather is sunny and warm because I enjoy going to the beach. Or, my favorite weather is rainy because I love staying at home and reading. Or, my favorite weather is cold and snowy because I enjoy playing in the snow. Write your answer in the comments below. Try to use at least one of the new weather words from today's lesson. Maybe you can use sunny, cloudy, rainy, windy, chilly, humid, breeze, forecast, or temperature. Writing your answer is another great way to practice English. Thank you so much for spending time with me today here at Jacob English Academy. I hope this lesson helped you feel more confident talking about the weather in English. Remember, you don't need complicated English. Start with simple sentences. It's sunny today. It's very hot. It's raining outside. The weather is cloudy. I like cool weather. What's the weather like today? Then slowly add more details. The weather is warm and sunny, but there's a cool breeze. The more you listen, repeat, and speak, the more natural your English will become. If you enjoyed this lesson, please like this video and subscribe to Jacob English Academy for more English conversation practice. Keep practicing every day, even if it's only for 5 minutes. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. Mistakes are a normal part of learning. I'm Jacob, and I'll see you in the next lesson. Have a wonderful day, enjoy the weather, and keep practicing your English. Goodbye.